Hey friends, it's Sin and I'm back to do another review. This is for 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 3, Heart My Broken. Yes, that is actually the name of this episode. So we start off episode 3 with Devin and Jihoon, who were on last season. Okay, so I have to say, the way TLC started off this episode was pretty good because they start off with Devin 7 months into the future, and she has on her mask, and she's like, yeah, they have the coronavirus out here, we're in quarantine, it's real scary, I don't even know what to do, none of the children are in school, and then they're like, 7 months earlier, and then we see Devin in Utah giving us like a recap of what's happened. I say it was started off well because like it started off like we was in a goddamn apocalyptic movie, which I mean some may say we might be in apocalypse, I'm not sure. But Devin basically just recapping everything that happened with them last season, and she's like, yep, she got pregnant by Jihoon. She tried to move to South Korea, found out he had no place for him to live except for with his parents. He already owed the government $15,000 because he was selling stolen phones. So, you know, a mess. So she went back and moved to Utah. And that's when they see like Jihoon and he's doing an interview and he's like, yeah, when she moved back, he wants to say she broke his heart, but you know his English isn't that good. So he says Heart My Broken, and that's how they named this episode. They so shady. TLC so shady. Y'all gonna name the episode Heart My Broken? They know they ain't right. But yeah, that's really it. So we see Devin in Utah, and she's basically saying like, okay, she's on her way back to South Korea. She's gonna be moving back there, and she's hoping that Jihoon has got his life together, which he doesn't. So we see Jihoon in South Korea getting his hair cut by this barber, and the barber's like, listen, I did read-ins, I read people's face, I read things about them, I know the truth. And he's like, you don't like hard work. I can tell you don't like hard work, and because of your small ears, I know you're stubborn, you don't listen, you pretend like you're listening. And Jihoon is like, oh yeah, that's right, that's everything that I do. So you're a bum, Jihoon, and you got Devin and your 2 children coming back to South Korea, and you have no real plan, you're gonna be out here being a bummy man. Got it. We all know this. And when they're showing flashbacks of like last season in the beginning, Jihoon's hair looks so much better when it was longer and black. I don't like this like bowl brown hair he got going on. I don't think it's cute. I think it makes him look older, which is nothing wrong with looking older, but not in a good way. He looks unstylish. I don't know what to say. Like before I feel like he looked more stylish, and now he just looked boring. So I feel like he need to get that hair fixed and stop being a bum. Do both. What we do know is that Devin has got them an apartment over there for a month. She's renting it for a month, and she's basically like, all right, Jihoon, I got us an apartment for a month. She's an American, got them an apartment. Make it make sense. And she's like, I got this for a month, and now you got to step up and get us the rest of, get us more money and get us into a real apartment. And I don't want to be taking care of us. I got to take care of the children, is what she's saying. Jihoon just out here lying on FaceTime or whatever they doing, they chatting on. And he like, yeah, I got a new job. And she like, all right, how much you pay? He like, I don't know. Then after he said he don't know, then he's talking about, oh, 2,000 or 3,000. She like, okay, so you don't know how much your job pay? Like, who don't know how much their job pay? Liars, because he's lying, 2,000 or 3,000. And then she's like, don't you have another job where you deliver? He like, yeah. She's like, okay, so how much you make with all of them? And he goes to my, oh, I guess like 6,000 or 7,000. Boy, you lying. If you was making that much money, you would already said, I got this job, I got that job. Combine, they make this much money, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be secure. I'm going to get us an apartment. Our family going to be happy. Yay. But Jihoon's a liar. And he ain't got no money. So that really is what we see for them. And you can see in the trailer for next episode they show right afterwards that Jihoon is talking to his friends and saying he don't know what he's gonna do because he really don't have a job. Bum. It's not like we didn't see this coming though. He's a bum. Last point, they little baby's adorable. We finally get I haven't seen like the baby grown up. That baby's so cute. She need to wipe that baby mouth though. The whole time she was packing to go to Korea, baby had drool and milk all on the mouth and her mother was holding. I'm like, dang, wipe the baby mouth. But yeah, really cute. All right, then it's Yazan and Brittany. So we start off with Yazan and Jordan, and they start off the scene in this nice little market. I think I saw like some baklava. I'm so greedy. Anytime they start off a scene with like somebody drinking coffee or something, I love coffee, or some kind of food, I was like, oh, that looks so good. Like if I was her, I'd just be in Jordan, just eating up all them snacks. I'm greedy. But let's get into the actual people. So they pan out of that, and then it's just him, and it's just somebody in his family, I guess it's his brother. They both work at this fish market or some kind of family member for Yazan. And he's talking about how Brittany's coming, and the family member is like, well, this is just trouble, and this just isn't gonna make any sense. Why couldn't you just marry somebody that's local, like our family would want? And Yazan is like, no, she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl. Like, oh, what? What does that even mean? She does seem like a nice person. By nice, I think he means that she's gonna follow the rules they want her to follow. And I don't actually see that happening, but whatever he wants to say. So what threw me for a loop is that Yazan's like, yeah, my family wanted me to marry somebody that was related to me. And I was like, what? He said his parents are related, and a lot of people get married and they're related to each other. Listen, I don't like to be the type of person to talk about people's cultures. I really don't. But marrying a local person, marrying somebody that's from Jordan, marrying a woman that's from there that knows the culture and is used to everything and looks like him, I don't think that's where his family would want that. I think that's pretty normal that people want people to marry people who look like them and follow the same customs and religion. It's not weird. People like people that's the same as them. That's not strange at all. But relatives? No. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not. I think that's weird. And no. No. And him wanting to marry somebody that's not part of his family is not weird at all. That's pretty normal, actually. Besides that, we find out that Brittany is not telling Yazan and his family before she leaves that she's married. It's a terrible idea. This is going to blow on her face. This is not going to go well at all. They already don't really like her. She's American. She's not their race. She doesn't act the way they want her to act. She's not the same religion as them. So all of that, and then to say that she's still married, I just know this is going to go up in flames. It's not going to be good at all. It really isn't. So this is a terrible idea. And this is basically like everybody's getting on a flight episode. So Brittany and her father go to the airport, and he, is taking her there, and he's just like, be careful, because I think you should have told them before you left about you being married. It's just a mess. And her father was so sad. He just smiling, but he was so sad she was leaving. I felt so bad for him, especially because he only had a week to know that she was leaving, because she didn't tell him. What did crack me up, though, is when she couldn't bring her wig mannequin on the plane with her because everything was too heavy. And when he was saying bye to her, he had the wig mannequin in his hand, and he waved with his hand like saying bye. That was hilarious. But, yeah, this is not going to end well. They're not going to stay together. It's going to... Like I said, it's going to go up in flames. I just don't see this happening at all. No. Then it is Ariela and Biniam. So we see Ariela, and I've seen his name spelled, let's just say it. And it looks like Biniam, but then there's people say it so fast, it's either Biniam or Biniam. I'm just going to go Biniam because of the way it's spelled. But we see Ariela and at her, like, about to get ready for a dinner with her family, and they're all sitting down and talking about her going to Ethiopia, and then we found out the tea on Biniam, and then Ariela's like, yeah, he was married to an American woman before, they have a 2.5-year-old child, they ended up getting divorced, and now he never sees his child anymore, and the woman went married, the woman went back to America, so he never sees the child anymore. I'm like, ooh, that don't sound good. That sound like, a pattern. Like, oh gosh, who's that fool that had a pattern on one of 90 Day Fiancés? Sasha, is that his name, right? Sasha, and him like marrying women and then dating, cheating on them with somebody else and then getting them pregnant and cheating. Yeah, this seems like one of those things where patterns don't work out well. I don't see this relationship lasting. They're probably gonna get divorced, and then she's gonna be on her way back to America with her child. Like, when you see patterns forming, it's for a reason, for sure. But that is really, what's happening. And they're at the dinner, and Ariela's father's like, I just don't understand why you couldn't just marry a nice Jewish boy. Why you had to get with an Ethiopian? I'm just like, okay, why this is annoying, and I already said I already think Ariel's annoying. Her family is too. Because you said Jewish boy, right? But then you just said Ethiopian. Ethiopian. The same way people like a black. He think we playing. He think we don't know what he's saying. Why'd you have to get with a black? Why'd you have to get with an Ethiopian? She trash, her family trash. Throw them all away. God, they get on my dang nerves. They really do. Maybe she should find herself a Jewish boy and save everybody all the trouble. Because a hot mess. I can't. Then it's Sumit and Jenny. We actually do see Sumit more this episode. So he is talking to his brother. He's talking about how Jenny's coming back. They're helping him. They're fixing up his apartment that's 2 hours away from his family. He always want to be far away from his family. He don't want to be around them because he can have, Jenny there and not have to bump into his family. But he's talking to his brother. His brother's like, I don't know why you're doing this. She's just so much older than you. And he don't want it to happen. And we find out that Jenny's older than his mother. I knew Jenny was old. Like, she's way older than him, for sure. And Sumit is grown, so he can decide what he wants, but it's very creepy anyway. And she's older than his mother. I just don't get it. I don't get why he wanted to date somebody older than his mother. And I don't get why she wanted to date somebody old enough to be a child. It's just, like, no. Ugh. It's just creepy, y'all. It's just creepy. But that's the brother trying to explain to him. But Sumit don't want to hear it. He like, listen, you didn't have my back. Y'all know I didn't want to be in an arranged marriage. I felt terrible. You knew I didn't want to do it. You said you should get said I should get a divorce, but you didn't even back me up with our parents. So he's really hurt and upset that his brother didn't speak up for him with the parents and the marriage, and that even though he believed that Sumit should get a divorce, he didn't want to say it to the parents because he didn't want to let them down. But his brother basically leads the conversation saying he's going to talk to the parents about Jenny, and hope they'll understand that he just wants love and understanding, unlike a marriage that he was forced into. I think that's nice that his brother's trying to do that. And because he said he's going to talk to his parents and Sumit didn't stop them, I might be wrong when I said that his parents don't know that Jenny's coming back. Maybe his parents really do know that Jenny's coming back. They just have not accepted it at all and don't want to talk to her, So we'll see what happens with that. But I just know that Sumit is definitely not telling the whole truth about everything. He's a liar. And people that lie a lot, I just don't believe everything that comes out of his mouth. I just know there's some lies that's going to unravel during this season. I just know it. Besides that, because it's the pack up and go episode, Jenny's packing and then she's going to India and her family takes her to the airport. And then she's going to get on her plane. But that is really it. Lastly, it's Kenny and Armando, and we only see Kenny this episode. Kenny's at a dinner with his family and his friends, and he's talking to them about leaving, and he basically informs some of them. He's like, hey, some of y'all thought he was in his, Armando was in his late to mid-30s, but really he just turned 31, so he's really young. He's kind of like Jenny is to me, but Kenny's a little younger than Jenny, maybe like 5 years younger than Jenny. They're all at the table like, oh, all right, you got somebody young. And we find out that his son is dating somebody 31 too. That gotta be weird. Like I said, Armando's grown. But it's still creepy nonetheless when that person is closer to your children's age that you're dating than you are. Some of his children are like close to him by 3 or 4 years. That's just strange. Like, I don't get why people do something like that. Why would you want to date somebody that could be your child? I don't see the appeal. I find it very strange and creepy. But I guess people gonna do what they want to do. But yeah, so that's what happens. And he basically is really sad that he's leaving. And his family looks really sad. Like, they don't want him to go. And everybody's crying. But Kenny, during the dinner, says, oh, I'm gonna propose to Armando. And all his family just looking like, what? They're like, how long you been dating him? And he like 3.5 years. But that's one thing they do not look on board with at all. They do not look happy that their father is going to propose to Armando so soon. They just feel like it doesn't make any sense yet when they don't know if Armando's family is going to accept him. I wonder if Kenny is older than Armando's parents. That would be strange again. So we will see what happens with all of that. But that is actually it for this episode. These 90 Day Fiancé The Other Ways are shorter than 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, so I'm actually glad because an hour and a half was too long. But we will see what happens in the next episode. I'm excited to see what happens when everybody actually goes to other countries. So this is the pack up and get to the airport episode. Then we can get into the nitty gritty when they move over, right? What I really want to see is what is happening with Brittany and Yazan. We see a clip and like he blowing about something and she just gets to freaking Jordan. That looks a mess. Like I said, that thing's going to end up in flames. I said it's going to end up in flames. So we'll see what happens with that because the episode comes on soon because I got this review in late. All right, y'all. So this is the end of my recap and review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 2, Episode 3. Heart My Broken. I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.